Welcome to the live.
Howdy, howdy, everyone. This is Random Nerd.
And Meg Opinionated.
Welcome to another Truth Talks.
It does, doesn't it?
Right.
Truth
We,
talk.
my goodness, we're having such a interesting time on social media, aren't we?
We are. I mean, anybody who's watching, if you've been seeing us doing our lives on the Tiki Talkies, that's been a freaking blast. But we also have been, we've been going through some weird connections today.
Right.
Very, very
And
odd.
I was even surprised about one.
I know. I know. I love surprising you.
You
It's
too,
something.
especially because I'm so into all of this research that if it surprises me, I'm actually very curious about that.
Right. Same here. Like I get all sucked into it. It's like I love it when people tell me something that like I didn't really know about.
Right.
And then we just fall into a hole of information.
Right. So, this episode, we're going to be discussing or sharing with you some interesting information on Operation Fishbowl,
Yeah.
which, to put it bluntly, United States uh, did some operation with nuclear warhead testing at high altitudes. Pretty much airborne nuke testing.
Literally.
Some of that information, and that kind of leads into what we were just talking about right before we started, uh, was how it interacted with the atmosphere.
Oh, absolutely. Like and there's hands like it definitely that there was a point. And like I really don't really get the point. Like we've been kind of going over this the past couple of minutes of like what was the goal here? Like just to see how nuclear bombs friggin' affect our
Yeah, and
like
so I was doing some quick research trying to figure out the reason, the purpose of it, and it was really just as a because it was in the height of the Cold War era. So you've got Russia building nukes, testing their own. You've got US building its arsenal and testing its own. So it was really just as the Cold War was an arms race,
right to get to the moon, to do this, to do that. Like we were just like racing with the whole world.
pretty much. And really, what Operation Fishbowl was just another round of tests of, hey, why don't we do this? See what happens.
Right.
But in the air, I mean, yeah, just some quick. So going to Wikipedia here.
Oh, that's when I got it.
So Operation Fishbowl was a series of high altitude nuclear tests in 1962 that were carried out by the United States as part of a larger Operation Dominic nuclear test program. So going into Operation Dominic, a series of 31 nuclear test explosion with 38.1 megaton total yield conducted in 1962. Uh, and it just goes into uh, the different operation or each of the different testing. Uh, but
All the
yeah,
different
all it was just ex not external How do you say out? It was an outside nuclear testing that the
Yeah,
United States government did. Like I said, as a hey, let's do this test, let's do this experiment, and see what happens.
right. And like, I'm sorry, that it's just so weird. And like, I don't understand really what the point was. Like, what? Let's throw bombs in the air and see how pollution affects our atmosphere. Like, because there was a very outspoken scientist at the time who was very upset because he was worried that it was actually going to set the oxygen on fire and basically take down the world, which I think is hilarious. Not gonna lie.
Actually, uh, I kid you not, I just came across a clip from Oppenheimer, the movie Oppenheimer, and there was a clip where Oppenheimer himself went to visit Einstein, and one of the calculations that Oppenheimer wanted to consult Einstein with was that the nuclear testing would, um, or the nuclear uh, e reaction would chain react the atmosphere. So, yes, it was a very real concern.
Right. And I mean, I I think it is something to be concerned about because like we had no idea what was going to happen and how this could possibly potentially change, you know, our atmosphere. And also, what the fuck's the point?
This was, you know how I'm not, you know how young men and some we have our own shenanigans. You know that type of hey, let's go shoot off this um this 100 pack of fireworks and see what happens.
Right.
That's my thinking of it. It was just, hey, we're in this arms race with Russia. Let's go and shoot some big sh-
Big gun.
shenanigans and see what happens. Oh, by the way, it's outside, it's high level, and it's in the atmosphere. So we get to do okay.
We can do whatever we want out in the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
And,
Like nobody's
and
claimed the atmosphere.
and this is how they did it with very little regulation. There was none back in the day.
It wasn't. I mean, we still have some regulations, but like they're still doing crazy ass projects like these today.
Yes.
Like, um,
So and it's kind of okay. Car testing for a moment analogy. It's kind of like when the company goes through car testing, and when the impact testing. Oh, Uh, no seat belts, no anything, just you're just driving, and then, of course, they smash the car and the mannequin flies out. "Oh, why don't we put a safety device to keep the mannequin inside?" That's pretty much what it was. It was there was nothing
mhm.
to hold them back. They were let off the leash by, congressional and even presidential sign-offs, and CIA, Air Force, everybody who had authority could get away with stuff. That's pretty much what it was.
Right.
And now they did have it was what 30, 31, 32, but essentially it was they had a proposed set number of tests that they were going to do, and even underwater nuclear testing,
Right.
and it was just basically unregulated government experiments. That
Absolutely.
That's what it was, and it was in the middle of an arms race with Russia. So it's essentially just who can make the biggest and most arms. Oh, and you're testing them as you build them.
Right, right. Which
That's what it
I mean,
was.
uh, and that all sounds like fun. Like let's be real, guys like to blow things up. Like I totally get that. Totally get. Let's throw this bomb like the ocean. The ocean makes more sense. You get to see a giant splash, but like also on this page, it talks about how they had to do preventions for people in Hawaii because they. Let me find it. Where is it? Where is it? Because they were worried about the flashbang and blindness to people in Hawaii.
That makes
Mm,
sense. And then one of the uh, tests was actually off of Johnson Atoll, which is actually I just saw a picture of it. It was actually pretty close to Hawaii.
yeah, Johnson's Island.
Johnson's Island. Thank you.
Um, and that's where let's see. They did. I think most of the missiles went off from there. If I am wrong, feel free, because I know Starfish went off on Johnson's Islands. Let's see. Oh, yep, and Blue Gull. Yeah, Blue Gull, whatever. Um, so did Starfish Prime, which that's the key one that happened on July 9th, because we had, which is really even more interesting too, to like what we were talking about. And if you want, we can get to that as well. Is um, the first one was June 2nd that they sent off. Then they had June 19th and then June 9th. And then let's see, all the rest seem to be they were all launched from Johnston's Island. Let's see. Oh, yeah, because it says that there's 11 tests. That's what I think is really, really weird, is the number of tests that they did is 11, but yet it looks like they only shot up 3. Um, so, like, what were the rest of those tests?
So I'm looking at Wiki here, and some of them were just primary, and then they had a secondary in case either deal or dud, a success. Oh, we don't need or a dud, and they have a backup.
Right, like the blue gold double prime. So that's like the second one of the blue gold. And that one they didn't set off until October 15th. And then there's Checkmate that also went off October 19th. And they were all done in the year 1962. And I just think so. Oh, and there's Kingfish. I'm sorry. Kingfish is happened November 1st. And Tightrope. So there's quite a few of them. Quite a few of them. All starting in June and ending in November from the timeline that I got.
Yeah.
Which it's also fucking weird. um, but a significant one because like they all went off on friggin' Johnson's Island, but the blue gull, which is why we have the blue gull prime,
Yes.
that one went off track. That one
Uh,
didn't go. Um, The radar tracking system lost track of the missile because of a large number of ships and aircrafts in the area. Why are you blowing up the sky with ships and aircrafts in the area? So like, you know what? They'll be fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen here. But
Right.
so, but there was
A
no
lot of it was just
but there was
so
no
here's
detonation
my answer
with that
theory.
one.
A lot of it was simply experimenting with no safety out with
Right, without being
safety
checked.
measures in place.
Right.
Again, this was the 60s. So and for those listening, you kind of have to understand where the United States was during that time.
Literally.
Um, and
We were
it's
unfit in the
right.
60s.
It was well, and this was right after, and it all connects to JFK. It connects to the CIA, of course, but it all, as far as Operation Fishbowl, it was during the height of the Cold War with Russia. It was an arms race. It was the United States government was heavily, heavily involved with arms altogether, not just nuclear,
Yeah.
but just arms altogether. And then this was um, this was the height. I want to say this was the height of the U.S.'s version of the Nazi rocket research,
Right.
because shortly after Fishbowl was when JFK. You might want to look this up. I just want to make sure the timing's correct. That
Yeah.
JFK announced the space race program. I think it was like just a few months before he was assassinated, but there was a lot going on in the early and 60s in general. The main one was the arms race, and then followed on with the space race, which
Oh, shut up. It was announced in 1961. Shut up.
there it is, there it
That's
is,
that's a year before these projects started.
there it is. So
That's so crazy. Sorry.
all of this is connected. All of this is connected, and for so let's put this all together. Let's connect the dots here. So if you listen to our last episode on MK Ultra,
Hmm.
CIA recruited Nazi scientists. A lot of them were rocket scientists. MK Ultra
Hmm.
has its own information. These rocket scientists were just pulled, recruited. All of the Nazi research was um, pulled by the US and Russia. And I mean, essentially, the two biggest powers out of World War II essentially built their own um, arms program.
Yeah.
It wasn't just rocketry. It wasn't just arms. It was just an arms program. And the United States at the time showed the world what can happen with nuclear weapons.
Hmm.
And say 20 years down the road, so all of the uh, war research was essentially perfected, though, and new researchers were in the program. So essentially, it was just an arms race that
Yeah.
turned that produced not just nuclear but also rocketry.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
it was, and to put it to give you a little bit more perspective, in order for that to happen, it wasn't just nuclear testing either. During that time, there was also rocketry. The NASA was going through their own program.
Mm-hmm.
It all tied together. It all tied together.
Right. It's it's all connected.
It is.
I'm gonna take that quick little break. Quick little
Yeah.
break. Talk about how awesome and cool and shit that we are. So, all right, if you've been watching, keep watching because I mean our views are kind of down. So we need to up these views, guys. Like, come on, help us out. Just watch. That's all I ask. You don't even have to comment unless you really want to. But anyway, so this is the YouTube page. Friggin' absolutely, this is all truth talks for right now. And then we've got In Sessions Media on Rumble, and this is where we have Opinionated launched on, which we have 2 episodes up. Those are doing pretty well, but we need this information to come out. Truth Talks is really, we're diving into these nitty gritty information, details, and connecting the dots of where it all goes. And also, if you want to help us out, which is extremely important to help us out, is our Beacons page. You can go, you can watch our latest episode, which this is last week's. It'll probably change once that's uploaded onto Facebook, or not Facebook, onto YouTube and Rumble. You can go straight to our Rumble page. We also got the mic drop, which has some information in it, hopefully more to come. This is also the last episode that me and Nerd had on the Voices of the People page. So that's up there. That's got some good information. Then, of course, there's Critical Thinking Nerds podcast, which we absolutely love. He's on Podbean, doing really good on there. So feel free to check that out. We also have Odyssey and the original Rumble, but you can also donate on here. And after viewing it just a couple of times, we get some money from that too. So, and if you can't help out that way, feel free to just send money on the Venmo or the Cash App if you want. I'd rather get your views and your opinion.
And
But if you
yes,
just want to shut me up
we
for asking for money, send it Venmo or Cash App.
we would love to hear from you as well.
Absolutely.
We,
I mean,
honestly, come join us.
absolutely.
Hit us up on the email, on the beacons on our YouTube. Hit us up on the email, and we'll read your email if you want to join us. Let us know, and we'll set a time and come join us. And we'll discuss.
Absolutely. I'm gonna make a new banner so I can just have it in here. Let's see. Here we go. That is the email. You can email us and you can criticize us. You can send us hate mail. You can send us love mail. We don't care. Don't care.
Be nice with the hate mail. No threats, no anything like that.
No, no threats.
Just
Be all nice.
be nice about it. If you
Be
don't
nice.
like us,
Be
just say,
nice
"Hey,
with your hate mail.
it's like okay." I mean, we appreciate your honesty, and we
Anything.
welcome your feedback. But we do this for you, and
Yeah.
it,
And we
it's
love you.
really it's bringing your voice through us back to you.
Right.
If you want us to discuss about certain things, send us an email, send us a comment.
Right.
Comment in the videos. We do this for you. Honestly, I'm kind of miss getting comments.
Right. I do too. I do too. That's why I was like, we going live on Facebook today. We're gonna try. We're gonna see how it is. But they probably just got me shadow banned like crazy. But we would love to hear from you guys. Give us some, feedback, something to, you know, go off of. Some what is it? Uh, Words, if words could words. The criticism. Whew, I got it. That took me a minute. Anywho, yeah, if you can send us an email, send us some likes, send us cash if you really fucking want to. That would be great. And let's get back into this fishbowl. And do you want to connect the lights yet?
Let's do it. You know,
Let's do it. All right.
let's dive into it.
So I'm big on the dates, and Random knows this. I like to know the dates of when things happened and try and connect other connections to these dates. And one specifically that I found is, oh wait, date, of course. And when you look this up, you didn't find the same thing, right?
I did not.
Yes.
I was
So,
very surprised on this.
right, it honestly like blew my mind that you didn't find it and I did. And mine's an AI overview, which is really weird. Really weird that I was able to get it on there. But so as we were talking about with these dates, where the heck did that's what I did. I accidentally clicked out of it. Terrible. Let's go back to figuring this out. Hold on. I want to make sure that I get everything correctly. Um, so Operation Fishbowl started in 1962, and the first one that really came out, it was June, right? I want to say it's June 1st. Hold on, let me get to it. Okay, June 2nd. I was wrong. So June 2nd is when they did Blue Gull, but that didn't detonate. That was basically a misfire, which is why we have the second one, which was already mentioned. Then we have Starfish, which went up June 19th. Then we have Starfish Prime, and that one went up July 9th, 1962, 9 seconds after 10 o'clock. Quite interesting. I love the 9 seconds after. I just think that's so I'm looking up some dates just to kind of be like, oh, like what really changed? Like, how did this really affect us? Because like even when you read through Operation Fishbowl, like all of their documents, it doesn't say like that it really affected anything. And I'm sorry, we put nuclear weapons as close to space as possible and blew them up. And it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Well, on the night of July 9th, 1962, people across Hawaii witnessed an outburst of the Northern Lights for the first time ever recorded in Hawaii. But then, if you Google it, like Nerd did, was trying to figure it out, it says that what was it, last year is the first time it's been recorded?
2024 was the first official confirmed or recorded Northern Lights.
Which is crazy to me. Here, I'll even show you. It's an AI overview. You all can judge me if you want. My entire screen. Let's see. So yeah, on the night of July 9th, across Hawaii witnessed an outburst like the same night. And like, and they're gonna act like they didn't affect anything. Like that's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy. There's some more of a connection here. I can feel it. And me and Nerd, we were talking about this before we went live. Um, I'm gonna find that connection. I am not stopping with this. But that really took me by surprise. Like, what other effects has it done?
And that's a very good question to to be asking.
Right. Like, because also, friggin' I got, like, you should also look into I'm probably saying that, I'm saying that wrong. Whatever.
Geo
Storms. I know I'm terrible. Reading is not my forte. Okay, don't be hating. But yeah,
geothermalmatic.
yes, and how those storms, like we have records of them in the late or mid 1800s. We do have that, but they really amped up right after this, like being all over the place. And it's like, is that something that happened because of this? I
That
don't
is a
know.
very good question.
Freaking crazy. Because, yeah, let me see. Yeah, it amped up in early August 1972 is when they really started to see it progressing, which that's only 10 years.
Right?
Like, only 10 years after we friggin' blew up the sky for no fucking reason other than we could. So, like, I really want to know what it did and how it affects our atmosphere.
I can see that.
Because there's no if, ands, or buts about it. Like, we blow up the sky and Hawaii is like, oh cool, the Northern Lights. Never seen those before.
Pretty much.
Like, and there's still so many questions to this. I want to do probably gonna do opinionated on like all of the conspiracies that go along with this operation, but I definitely want to do another deep dive into all of this information because it's insane.
Yes, it is. And the the biggest part of it is that so what I'm always caught up on is how it's all connected.
Right.
And I can think through like the 60s. I could just explain it was just a time of mass experimentation and
Yeah.
there was little to no regulation.
Right.
There were um top scientists that had their opinions, but of course needs of the government were far more than today's environmentalists would be, you know.
Right.
Um, and even on that note, um, it's just
It's very odd.
and think of how all of this is connected, not just in the physical world, but also in a spiritual sense as well.
Right. And like we were kind of talking about I think it was before the show, how like we've thrown nukes into the sky, we've thrown them into the ocean. The ocean to me makes sense. Like, we don't know what's down there, fuck it, let's throw them in the ocean and watch the big boom boom. Like, I get that. Throwing them in the sky though, and like, did they have like remotes to be all like, okay, you're high enough, detonate? Because a lot of people believe, who actually like, you know, somewhat witnessed these, going on, they say that it hit something and blew, which is where a lot of the conspiracy land run wild, especially with the name of Fishbowl.
And I actually came across something. It is on the conspiracy level. I'm not going to share it, but it was um, referencing, uh, again, a lot of what we see is on the physical level, but there is some level of spiritual connection. So
Oh,
one of
absolutely.
the search results that I came across was that the um, nuclear air testing broke through the biblical firmament. And
Right.
it kind of lines up with the dates what Meg was connecting there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that said, it's something that you as a listener need to look through and search for yourself. We're not here to push anything. We're only here to
Right.
share factual information.
No speculation, just
No
all facts.
Correct. So it's just what people reported at the time and how their own beliefs either aligned with what was going on or stretched reality with how things just lined up.
Right. And I can't get over, like, what's the point? Other than, like, the only point that I could see is that there's a firmament and they tried to break it open. Like, that's the only like real point that I can really see, as, a very proud conspiracy theorist. Like, that makes sense. But like, just throwing rockets into the air doesn't make sense to me. Just to be like, oh, we want a really big, firework. Okay.
Yeah,
People like
that,
to, blow shit up, as I said.
that's pretty much what it was. Just hey, throw a rocket in the air, watch it blow up. Yeah, just
Comment
like with
below if you like to
science,
blow things up.
it was just a big ass science experiment.
Right.
That's what it was.
I I feel like there's something more, especially like the altitude of it is like really weird to me. Like 500 miles up. Like, what exact, like, where do you get to, where is it actual, like, outer space? Like, how far up? Do you know?
100 miles, I believe, is the
100
yes.
miles. Then how the fuck we blowing up shit 500 miles? Like, that to me is like, all right, you're already in space. Like, and are we gonna, because people have,
Oh,
have witnessed seeing the explosions.
yes. I'm
I mean,
sorry. So, uh,
go
between
ahead.
Earth and space, space begins different heights depending on the definition, but most common boundary is the Kármán line at 100 kilometers, which is roughly 62 miles above Earth.
Still,
Yes.
that means that we shot these things 500 miles up, and we were like, boom. Like, I don't know. Shit's fucking weird. Shit don't make sense. I don't like it. I don't like
You
it.
know what? Nobody liked World War II, but that happened in the 1940s. And you know
Right.
what? Studying history, Nobody wants to go to war. So shit happened in the 60s.
Mhm.
Science experiment that didn't have any regulations. I mean,
Right,
it's essentially a hey, let's go blow shit up, see what happens.
right. Which, like, I mean, come on, let's blow it up. Like, who gives a fuck? But at the same time, so much stuff happens in these few, years. It was after the Cold War, um, and then like going into friggin' World War II, I believe, if I'm correct. Now I need to. Now I gotta fact check myself. Oh, that was weird. My computer was like, so I was trying to type in World War II, but since I've been doing operations lately, hey, Mike. Um, sorry, I saw his comment. Listen, hey, Mike. We talking about Operation Fishbowl. Do you know about Operation Fishbowl? Um, but no, so I was Googling it and it automatically turned my search into World War II operations.
Okay.
That's quite interesting. But let's see. Oh my gosh. I should know this. I should fucking know this. I didn't know this. Jeez. Words and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1942, right? Oh my god, this is not what I want. Words be hard for me today. Okay. Yeah. What? Yeah, I've got something else. Friggin' missions commonly associated with World War II as of 2022. I'm gonna have to look in this and get a whole nother page to do what I'm trying to look up. World War.
Actually, for next episode, I'd say let's get into the cloud engineering.
Oh yes, Operation Popeye. Yes, I
Toot
am so
toot.
down for that. That is definitely another one that I wanted to bring up, but I am so down for that. I actually I have another podcast all about that on Voices of the People on exactly how that's done. But I definitely we can dig down the dates, the paperwork, all of that. But also, so the World War was from 1939 to 1945, so it had basically just ended.
So just doing basic Google. Cloud Engineering Operation Popeye refers to Operation Popeye, a secret U.S. military weather modification program, 1967 to 1972, during the Vietnam War that used cloud seeding, silver iodine, to extend the monsoon, creating mud and disrupting the enemy's supply lines, and how it all relates to dun, 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 the CIA.
Of course, it's always the fuck CIA. Damn CIA. We don't like you. No, okay. I'm kidding. They, they just have the most of fraud in them.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
So next episode we'll go over Operation Popeye,
I think that's
and
a great idea.
all of this, like like we keep saying, it's all connected. It's just a matter of at what point is enough.
Right. Right. Um, that link that I sent you before
Yes,
the show that's
yes.
got that we not me because I can't fucking figure it out, but could you put that in the mic drop
I can do that.
so that way people can read the actual documents? It's 92 documents. Um, and it's got all the information of what we were talking about today. Today was kind of a little bit different when it came to what we usually do, because we kind of like just kind of go through the projects. But like I made a connection with the whole lights. And we kind of got a little sidetracked, but I think we stayed on topic good enough.
It's been we kind of bounce around a little bit for those who are just seeing this, and it's not. It's kind of a back and forth with.
Right.
So, for example, MK Ultra last episode, we're very passionate about it, and so as you watch the episode, as you watch the video, we do live um, searching, live fact checking. Um, Fishbowl, it's more so just boys and their toys, a, and an outside science experiment with little to no regulation.
Right. And the possibility of a firmament. Like,
That
and we can't, definitively be like they were shooting at the firmament and trying to blow it up. But we can say that they did these projects. They blew up a bunch of freaking, what was it? They had 11 tests and I think two failed. I think,
yes.
yeah. Um, that we blew up into the sky with no real known reason other than we fucking could. But
Pretty much.
and there's no definitive answer of what that actually did to the world around us. We do know that they had to put in um, special stuff for the Hawaiians because they were worried about flashbangs and stuff like that, or blindness. And but like they weren't worried about these chemicals coming back down to our earth. Like they
And
weren't.
yeah, and that's something that you don't think about. So,
Hmm.
um, kid you not, Hawaii had its own little nuclear scare a few years ago for those who are watching the news. Um,
Mm,
and the news was going wildfire with everybody because it's out in the middle of the ocean. Hawaii kind of is its own little. It's a state, but its own little civilized country in a small way.
right,
But essentially, nobody thinks of these Pacific islands and
right,
the nuclear fallout happens. Um, it's kind of like with volcanic ash or ash and other um, volcano chemicals. So when volcano spews up, it creates a cloud of just sulfur and ash, and it essentially suffocates you. Same thing with nuclear fallout. You've got after the blast, after the fireball, and everything expands out. What's left? The mushroom cloud. What's in the mushroom cloud? Essentially, it's radioactive um, chemicals,
right,
radioactive ions. There we go. Got to get my terminology correct. And
right,
essentially, nobody really studied, or there's no real um, science results other than the initial blast. There's no real fallout results that, how do I explain this? That shows any evidence of what it did to the atmosphere around the blast and any radioactive atmospheric reaction in outer islands, or the closest one, the Hawaii island chain. So
Mm.
there's a lot of unknowns other than, like I said, boys with their toys and an outside science experiment,
Right.
which is a really scary way of keeping it simple with nuclear weapons.
So, because I was kind of digging on this a little bit, because I said like it accidentally changed my search to World War II operations. I
Yeah,
listed 42 operations that were going on during World War II.
interesting.
One is called Operation Supply.
That's gonna be
It's
for later.
anti-submarine. Hmm. Seaborne attack. There. Oh man, we're gonna be having a good old time. We're gonna be talking about the CIA forever.
You're right.
We're gonna end up on their list, but whatever. Who cares? I'm probably already there.
Oh, we're definitely there. We're
Definitely.
just not. We're amateurs. We're nobody. You know,
Ain't nobody.
we don't care about nobodies.
It's so funny because like somebody told me the other day that I should apply for the CIA, and I was like, I kind of want to just to see if I'm immediately denied.
Right.
Immediately denied because I would not be shocked if I'm immediately denied. They'd be like, "Nah, bitch, you on our list," or they would hire me, and I'd be so screwed.
No. You would be hired, but then you would be watched 24/7.
24/7, and like you got to pass that polygraph test. They'd be like, "Do you have any doubts in our system?" I'd be like, "No, liar." Like I couldn't do it because I'd be like, "Y'all are traitors. Like y'all deserve treason." like, like
Right.
I would not be able to handle that well. But I thought it would be funny to get like an automatic denial. But oh, this has been a good one. I love doing this. This is so much fun. I find out new information each time. And I wish I had the physical documents on Operation Fishbowl so I could really pick through it. And I do have them, but it's on that it's like a picture play thing. And I don't like that. So if anybody can find the actual like documents who's watching this, feel free to email it to us. Or, if you've got me already, feel free to send it to me because I want to pick more through that. Because the ones that I have, it's really hard to read. I don't know if you noticed that, but
Some of them can be. And actually, that brings me to a side project that we're going to attempt. Uh, so I have this wonderful idea to bring all of this declassified information to you in a simplified format, and going to attempt to build an intelligence encyclopedia.
mm-hmm, that
And
is the
pretty
goal.
much it's just simplifying all of these documents for you guys. It's going to be a, it'll
It's
probably
going to
be an
be a
ongoing,
creative project.
yeah, an ongoing project. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions
Oh my
of
God, there's millions.
millions, right? Documents to, well, one, it's downloading the information and then getting it through a program to create the encyclopedia. Now, for the
Right.
encyclopedia itself, that's going to be on its own platform, whether
Mm,
integrate it into the podcast
We'll
itself.
probably use it. We'll probably use it and like display it
Yes.
and promote
Yeah.
it. But we didn't. You know what we didn't do today? We didn't talk about the events of this week.
It's been
It,
I don't know
it,
how to
it's
explain it. It's
sad.
been interesting. There's been some good, been some bad, there's been a little bit of everything.
I am curious on how you feel about Candace Owens and the whole Turning Point USA interview crap.
I so my thought is they're playing hot potato.
I feel
And
like they both are.
and I personally get them on like Tim Pool cast or
Um,
I don't
I
I don't think Tucker I think Tucker might be a little biased, but get them on a neutral platform.
see like Tim. I'm all about like I love Tim Pool. I do, but I will say he was very nasty in his comments on Candace. So that would be a very biased against Candace.
True. Who's
So I
the
wouldn't like to
not
see
not
that. I,
not Tim Pool, who's the other podcaster?
oh my God, there's so many. There's Steven Crowder, but Steven Crowder also,
Oh,
he
not
has had some shit to say about Candace as well, that she's a
right, right.
psycho bitch and stuff. I mean, like, I feel like almost everybody is doing that. I feel like Megyn Kelly would be good because she does a really good job of playing like, oh, I don't really know what's going on. Like, and
Right.
like with Ben Shapiro, when Ben Shapiro is like, Candace is blaming his wife, and she's like, did Candace say that? And it's like, no, the fuck she didn't. Um, and she even like came out publicly and was like, I looked into this, and Candace has not said that, which was a huge bite in the ass for Ben Shapiro,
Right.
who literally like right before then is talking about how, oh, we all get criticized for things that we say publicly. Yeah, and you just lied fucking publicly. Like, and
Well,
it's
here's
one.
the thing.
Oh, go
So
ahead.
I'm gonna go with Candace on this, or um, so your question about the whole Candace and TPUSA. I'm gonna go with Candace on this one because TPUSA made a public post and only tagged her without making a formal request, a formal invite,
Right.
and that's shady
At
altogether.
1 in the morning too. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't even like shot her a text like, hey, this is the date that we decided. I'm putting up a post on X to make it public, just to let you know. Feel free to respond, in 24 hours. No, it was just, oh, we put it up on X. And I honestly, I don't know if they actually did tag her or not. Now, let's fact check.
I think the original post, I saw it, and I think they did tag her.
Let's see.
But that is just so
But it was
unprofessional, one,
exactly
and very
very
shady.
unprofessional. And especially since like she's literally been asking them for months to kind of like have a conversation. And it's like, we're ignoring you, we're ignoring you, we're ignoring you. But then,
Okay. Public post,
yeah,
tag.
right.
Yeah, just I find that very unprofessional, and especially
I
with
do too.
all of these, while some of them are very hard claims, there are some lots of unanswered questions that TPUSA, you know, needs to answer. And
Right.
I'm not diving into that, but there are a lot of unanswered questions that TPUSA needs to grow a pair and answer
Right.
truthfully.
Like, and people are like, oh well, like who should be there, who should be involved. I think they all should be, including Mikey McCoy's father, because a
Yeah.
lot of the lies that she's called out with has been Mikey McCoy's father, who literally said, oh, my son called me and he was covered in blood. No, he wasn't. No, the fuck he wasn't. Like,
No,
so,
I've seen the videos.
yeah, like shit's friggin' wild. And then there's like, all of these different we've been talking about this offline quite a bit about all of these turning point employees that have been coming out recently. And one came out yesterday, and it's so funny. I'll send it to you because I know you've seen the other two because we've talked about them because we would like to bring them on here. So if y'all know them, if they worked at Turning Point USA and they are interested in doing an interview, send them our information, please, because I would love to have those interviews.
The
So-
the podcaster Sean Ryan.
oh
He would
yes,
be a neutral platform that I could see.
yes. That doesn't like it. Just it honestly it depends. Because like I feel like
It
there's
is a
ways
he
we can
said,
go
she
about it,
said, and it's they're playing hot potato. And
and then
again,
letting her be there virtually is just absolutely absurd. Like she can't.
well, it's not even well. Okay, as far as the scheduling goes, someone's gonna have to back down. You know,
Right.
just either side is gonna have to back down and give it. As far as, and you know what? Screw legality. Get them on a neutral platform in person and give them a free pass and no holds bar.
Right. Right.
Just let them talk their 2 cents, talk their piece, and oh oh a Jubilee style Sean Ryan interview.
Mm, that would be interesting.
Moderated questions. Each side has its own, little debate. I'm not saying a
Mhm.
full debate style, but
Right.
hey, here's claim one, answer. Here's claim two, answer. Just
Right.
something that we can get some clarity
Right.
without all this poop throwing,
Hmm. And like that's what it feels like it is. And like um one thing
I'm
that go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm not saying that Candace's claims are bad, but for me, she's gone extremely rogue. I'm
Yeah.
not saying full conspiracy, but she has gone very rogue that it's hard for me to follow her.
Which I'm so down for. Let's go rogue. like
Right?
because there's so many people who can influence these people, and you get in ties with these people and then things don't work out and then there's a side to take, like, and I hate that shit. I'd rather be on my own talking about my own shit. And that's what I feel like when it comes to Candace going rogue. That's like what I think of, is that she's not taking rules from nobody, and she's just doing her own shit.
Right. I'm not saying that's bad. It's just you're gonna make it
Right.
really hard for people, logical people, to follow. She, by all means, she may be the top number one podcaster in the world. That doesn't mean anything. It just
Right.
means her popularity has spiked.
Right.
But with that said, popularity doesn't mean that people care about you. No offense, Candace, but you know, Tucker Carlson, by all means, he's popular, but he's a straight journalist,
Right.
and
I mean, he has been for like fucking ever.
he has, he
Like,
has.
like
I
he's been, I feel like
okay.
there's a
I'm
way.
not trying to name things or drop labels, but I think Candace has taken her journalism to an extreme that's borderline conspiracy. I'm not saying she is because she's been
Right,
dropping some receipts. She always has been,
right,
but her journalism has gone a bit wacky.
right. And like, and a lot of people don't want to see that. And like, I get that. I do. I love to be whacked though. I love to be the outsider. I love to be the person that makes the connections. Like bombs went off in the sky and Hawaii saw the northern lights for the first time. Like I love to be that person because go ahead, question me, but like go do the information yourself. And
Exactly.
that's why I always really liked Candace Owens. And like everybody's like, oh well, she's not really dropping much receipts. She's dropping enough that you can go and verify these receipts. And so I get like so mad because like why do we want to just believe everybody? Like and no matter what she shows us, unless we go and do it ourselves, we're not really going to fully believe it anyway. Or you'll just be
Exactly.
gullible and believe everybody.
Yeah, and that actually ties into what uh we'll get into this as well in a later episode, but
Definitely.
touched on it of how the media has influenced and has just exploited the populace and
Right.
how we see information now.
Right. Which to me is the damn problem.
It is.
But,
It is.
um,
I kid you not. So, real quick, um, there's a series on YouTube that I'm watching, and it Death of Debate is what
oh,
it's called on YouTube. Uh, actually, I have it in my history. Let me look it up. Um, the Death of Debate, and it is uh it does follow the assassination of Charlie Kirk, but it it's actually what it is, death of debate.
yeah.
We we can't have conversations anymore without someone dropping a harsh label.
Right. Semitic, anti-phobic, whatever. All of
Yeah,
that shit. They'll put something up. But
and
go ahead.
really it's like once you drop any of those labels, the conversation is killed because then you are directly attacking someone's
Character,
exactly. And
which is something that
that's yeah,
Charlie Kirk was adamant about, especially when he started questioning Israel, which is another lie of Turning Point USA. Like, oh, he was never questioning that. Oh, he wasn't. Oh, but those are legit messages that were sent. But he wasn't. He was totally pro Israel. Like, oh, it's just like it irks me so much when people lie, and especially once they're like proven to be liars. It's like your word is nothing now. Your word is literally nothing. Like you're not you're not worth
and
even listening to.
yeah, and this ties into what we're doing.
Right.
By all means, you can disagree with everything that we discuss, but we're not here to convince you. We're here to show you the information. We're here to show you as factual and hopefully as unbiased information that we can look up.
Right.
for our troops.
The only thing I want to convince you of is that bombs in the sky may be involved with seeing lights in the sky as well. I'm just kidding. I'm so stuck in that. But
No worries, no
um, we're gonna call it a night before my IT guy is going 10 minutes late.
worries.
But we'll
we
definitely be
we
back
hope you
next
find
week.
value in these episodes. We hope you find value in our podcast. We hope to see you our next episode. And if you, as Meg said earlier, if you find value in any of these, please like, subscribe, of course. Uh,
Sure.
share your generosity, donate if you can. But really, if you can listen to our podcast and share with others, uh, that would give us the greatest thank you from
Right,
us.
definitely. And I'll be probably doing an episode of Opinionated in the next couple of days because I got so many opinionated thoughts. I might just even hop on by myself at this point. Because I was supposed to do an opinionated episode yesterday, but children were sick. I was sick. My guest was sick, so we ended up uh, scheduling for next weekend. But if I can, I might steal her before then. So, that'll be a good episode. Where the plan is to basically just bitch about all of these connections, connect all the dots, talk about what is relevant, what is not relevant, what is a distraction, what isn't a distraction, where should we be putting our time, money, energy, where we should put it all, which sounds like so much in just an hour podcast, but I swear it's going to be good.
Until next time, everyone, this is Random Nerd.
And Meg Opinionated, and we'll see you next week. End.